The Young and the Restless has been crafting a web of intrigue around Victor Newman's awareness of Cain Ashby as a threat. His suspicions have led him to employ his vast network of spies, feeding him intelligence over the course of months. Victor's calculating nature is always in motion, and his ability to manipulate situations for his own gain knows no bounds. This time, his focus is on Cain, a character that is rapidly evolving within the complex landscape of Genoa City. Cain Ashby has been walking a tightrope since his arrival in Genoa City, and the stakes have only grown higher with each passing day. What was supposed to be a celebration of success at Victor's sprawling estate turned into a disaster of epic proportions. The so-called grand event, in reality, was a farce, a ticking time bomb waiting to explode. The shocking deaths of 3 individuals sent shockwaves through the community, unraveling the very fabric of what Cain had once hoped to accomplish. These deaths, while tragic, served as a stark reminder of how dangerous it can be to cross paths with Victor Newman. For Cain, this was just the beginning of a much larger game. The world quickly learned that the man standing at the center of it all, known as Aristotle Dumas, was no longer just a figure of mystery. With Victor's blessing, Adam Newman went to great lengths to destroy Cain's reputation, turning him into a scapegoat for all the wrongs that had occurred. Cain's true intentions were far from malicious. He was simply trying to protect those he cared about, particularly his ex-wife and their children. But in the ruthless world of Genoa City, such motives were easily distorted, twisted into a narrative that painted Cain as a villain in the eyes of those who didn't understand the full story. Cain's life, once filled with promise and potential, had been reduced to a series of calculated moves and unforeseen consequences. As he watched everything around him fall apart, the one thing he feared most was the effect his downfall would have on his loved ones. His ex-wife, who had been drawn into this battle without fully comprehending the extent of Victor's machinations, was now caught in a web of lies and deception. His children, innocent pawns in this grand scheme, were becoming more and more entangled in a conflict they were too young to fully grasp. Cain had always tried to protect them, but it seemed as though there was no escaping the fallout from his connection to the Newman family. But it wasn't just Cain who was being targeted. The death of Chance Chancellor, another key player in this drama, had sent ripples through Genoa City. Chance had long been associated with one of the oldest and most respected families in the area. His presence in the town had always been a stabilizing force, a reminder of the long-standing traditions that held Genoa City together. But when Chance was killed off, it felt like the very foundation of the community had been shaken. There was no grand memorial, no fitting farewell for a man who had meant so much to so many. His death wasn't just a personal loss, it was a blow to the legacy of his family and the town itself. The manner in which Chance's death was handled was almost callous, a cruel reminder of the cutthroat nature of the world that Victor had created. Despite the fact that Chance had been a beloved figure, his passing was treated as nothing more than a joke, a twisted form of insider humor. The lack of respect shown to Chance's memory was shocking, even to those who had been accustomed to the dark undercurrents of Genoa City. It was as if his life had been nothing more than a casualty of a larger, unseen war, a war being waged by the likes of Victor and his loyal followers. For Cain, the aftermath of Chance's death was a painful reminder of the world he had entered, a world where loyalty was fleeting, and every action had consequences that rippled through the lives of those around him. As the walls closed in, Cain realized that his fight wasn't just against Victor, it was against the very system that had allowed Victor to thrive in the first place. The power, the manipulation, the constant scheming, it was all part of the same toxic game, and Cain had become a pawn in it. But even as the darkness seemed to engulf him, Cain refused to go down without a fight. He knew that his path forward would be treacherous, but he also knew that he couldn't let Victor or anyone else dictate the fate of his family. Cain was determined to take control of his own destiny, even if it meant playing the same game that had nearly destroyed him. The stakes had never been higher, and the consequences of failure had never been more dire. But in a world as dangerous as Genoa City, Cain was prepared to do whatever it took to protect those he loved, even if it meant taking on Victor Newman himself. As the drama unfolds, fans of The Young and the Restless are left on the edge of their seats, waiting to see how far Cain will go to protect his family, and whether Victor's grip on Genoa City will ever be truly shaken. With each passing day, the lines between right and wrong become increasingly blurred, and the stakes grow higher than ever. Cain may have started out as a mere pawn, but he's rapidly evolving into a player in this high-stakes game, a game that will determine not just his future, but the future of everyone around him. The battle for control, for survival, and for legacy is far from over, and in Genoa City, no one can be trusted. The intricate web of drama surrounding Cain Ashby and The Young and the Restless has only become more tangled, and the latest developments are a testament to the show's mastery in weaving character arcs across multiple dimensions. As fans of both Y&R and Days of Our Lives are well aware, there's an intriguing crossover happening here, as Days viewers prepare for the arrival of Floyd, who will be stepping into the shoes of Chad DiMera after Flynn's departure. This casting change isn't just a behind-the-scenes detail, it serves as a symbolic nod, a winking acknowledgement of the way soap operas intertwine character destinies, both in front of and behind the cameras. In a subtle and brilliant narrative twist, Cain's invitation to chance for a gathering in the south of France becomes more than just a plot device, it's a clever reflection of the ongoing shifts in the soap opera world. Cain's fate, as outlined in the show, is equally convoluted, with the scene of his potential death acting as an eerie foreshadowing, not just of his character's arc but also of the larger transformation unfolding behind the scenes in the soap industry. The death itself is not just a shocking moment for the audience, but a meta-commentary on the act of replacing one character with another, as Floyd replaces Flynn. The real heart of this drama, however, remains Lily Winters and her complicated, on-again off-again relationship with Cain. Lily's emotions are in turmoil, her heart still tethered to the man she once loved, yet broken by the betrayal and the complicated, often deceitful nature of Cain's actions. Though she repeatedly tells Cain that their relationship is over, the truth is far more complicated. The lines between what she wants to believe and what she fears may be true blur constantly, creating an emotional tension that is palpable in every scene. She has her doubts, yet she knows deep down that Cain is still desperately trying to win her back. Lily, like so many characters in Genoa City, is a prisoner of her own emotions. She knows Cain is sincere in his desire to reconcile, but she cannot shake the betrayal, the broken trust, and the distance that has grown between them. The stakes are high, not only for their relationship but also for her own sense of self. After everything that has transpired, Lily feels as though she must protect herself, even if that means pushing Cain further away. She is caught in a struggle between the love she once felt for him and the pain of everything that has come to light. Can she forgive him? Can she move past the things she's witnessed, the way he's lied, manipulated, and acted in ways that hurt her and her family? Victor Newman's influence looms large over their relationship, too. Cain has long been a figure of suspicion in Victor's eyes, and Lily, ever the pragmatist, knows that she needs to navigate her relationship with Cain carefully if she wants to avoid becoming embroiled in his schemes. She is driven by the desire to protect her family, especially her children, and she knows that she cannot allow herself to be swept up in Cain's world without serious consideration of the consequences. Victor's manipulation is subtle but powerful, and he continues to play Lily like a pawn in his game. His pressure on her to extract information from Cain is palpable. Lily tries, but Cain is not easily swayed. His refusal to divulge any details about his plans, whether in business or in his personal life, only adds to the tension between them. Lily might suspect that Cain is hiding something, but she also knows that he will not betray her trust in such a direct way. The fact that Cain is playing a careful, measured game only heightens the mystery surrounding his motivations and his ultimate goals. Cain's ultimate declaration to Lily, that he is willing to abandon whatever plans he is concocting if she will give him a second chance, is both sincere and heartbreaking. This is not a simple plea for reconciliation, it's a genuine attempt to right the wrongs of the past and rebuild something that once held deep meaning for both of them. But for Lily, the cost of granting him that second chance is enormous. It's not just about forgiving him, it's about trusting him again, something that she is unwilling to do so easily. As the tension between them escalates, Lily seems, almost reluctantly, to soften. The possibility of reconciliation hangs in the air like a fragile thread, one that could snap at any moment. The push and pull between them are far from resolved, but the possibility of a new beginning remains just out of reach. The future of Cain and Lily's relationship remains uncertain, but there are plenty of twists and turns left in this dramatic saga. Will Lily find it in herself to forgive Cain and give their relationship another chance? Or will the weight of the past continue to drive them apart? The answer remains to be seen, and it will take more than just a heartfelt plea to undo the damage that has been done. Their journey is far from over, and for the viewers, the suspense is only growing. As the drama continues to unfold in Genoa City, the lines between personal and professional, love and betrayal, become increasingly difficult to distinguish. In the end, the questions that linger are not just about whether Cain and Lily will find their way back to each other, but about what each character is truly willing to sacrifice in order to reclaim the lives they once had. The choices they make in the coming weeks will determine not only their futures but the futures of everyone.